The Sports Source is brought to you by Fast Frame with Heather Whiteside art now available.
You are watching East Tennessee's first and only year-round sports talk show on television. This is The Sports Source with your host, John Pennington.
Good Sunday morning and welcome into our annual Christmas Cheer episode. We're going to cover about 30 big picture Vols topics today, all wrapped in different holiday themes, music, movies, you name it, we've got it. With 30 topics in an hour. That means we're going to be dashing through the show. See, we've already started. First segment, as always, brought to you by Phil Cobble, Fine Homes and Land. You see the phone number right there. Phil and his team want to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season this week, as do our regular panelists who are seated right over here to my right. We have Bob Hodge. We have Mike Strange. We have Mr. Jimmy Himes. We have Mr. Chuck Cavaleris down there. Gentlemen, holiday cheer. So let's just dive right in. In this one, I'll throw out a question. It's going to be fast-paced. I'll throw out a question. You guys can each kind of chime in on it. Question number one. All right, here we go. Butch Jones was given a $500,000 a year raise this week, making him, if not the richest man in town, one of the richest men in town. And unlike George Bailey, that's a literal statement, not a figurative statement. Did Butch Jones earn the raise?
Yes, he did. And he didn't even need an angel. I think he did. Last week, or 2 weeks ago, I talked about what he did. He did a B. I think that's good enough to get the raise.
If you look at the big picture of the SEC East, where he ranked before and what he's done, yeah, that's the market.
It's the price of doing business, I think.
Well, you said earn. Yeah. The answer is no. Market value, yes. Did he earn it? 8-4? To me, no.
You can make the argument that a lot of those guys don't earn it.
Right.
But yeah.
But market value, I don't have an issue with it.
And we've talked several times, when all of the coaches in the SEC West are making at least $4 million a year, you're basically just getting him up to market value for what's out there.
Yeah, I mean, you're taking him from the bottom of the SEC. He was down there around 12. We don't know what Vanderbilt's paying, but around 12th out of the 13.
He's making more than that guy.
Yeah, and then they move him up. He sure should be. And then they move him up to about halfway up the list. I think that's fair. When you look at 5 wins and then build to 7 and then possibly to 9.
It's interesting there are 5 coaches making at least $4 million that haven't even won a division title in the SEC.
That's really. Talk about your market value.
Like somebody
the market
told me.
earned it.
Yeah, just imagine how much it'd be if they'd have won a couple of more games.
I think, I agree with you. I think he earned it a little bit because he was hired to improve the program.
It was a dumpster fire when he got here.
And he came in with a hose and put it out. So, all right. Next question, number 2. Is the Tennessee Athletic Department more or less fragile than it was a year ago? Is the UTAD in better shape than it was last Christmas?
I say yes, it is, financially and coaching stability-wise.
And football-wise, so yes. And football is the one that has to be stable, and it is.
Okay.
And that's the Dave Hart answer. We've heard it several times. But yeah, football. If football's healthy, you have a chance for your whole program to be healthy. If it's not, then you're going to struggle. So yes, it is.
Actually, that was my answer.
Okay.
Dave Hart stole it from me.
I'm going to, it's not fragile, but I'm not real comfortable with it either. I think there's more Dave Hart stuff to come. I'm not real comfortable with it.
So don't use up all the glue just
Yes.
yet. All right.
On purpose.
And Mike Strange, you never get the Christmas Story jokes because you've never seen that movie all the way through, have you?
I've never seen it all the way through.
What a
Bob Humbug. All right. Next
Come to
one.
the house, we'll watch.
Get
But I watched Love Actually the other night. I watch that every year. Do we have any Love Actually jokes?
No Love Actually jokes. Sorry, maybe next year. Get a little tricky with this one, all right? Here's the first one. Ebenezer Scrooge was converted after 4 ghosts' hauntings. Now, how long will Butch Jones be haunted by Florida's 4th down conversions? Scrooge, converted by hauntings. How long will Jones be haunted by conversions?
Until the next time Tennessee plays Florida.
Until the next
Wrong.
time Tennessee beats Florida.
Well, that's when they're going to be.
Wrong. Never. You never. Losses or scars, wins or haircuts. Anytime he blows a lead, you always need another win. Anytime he blows a lead from here on out, people will add it to that game, the Florida game. Anytime he loses to Florida in the future, they're going to say, yeah, and remember what he did in this year. I don't think I think he'll be haunted by that forever.
But he'll beat Florida this year because Will Greer's ghost is going somewhere else.
That's right.
He's transferring.
And the thing is, if he hadn't been there this year, they would have beaten him.
I think they would have.
Yeah.
All right, do you think it'll haunt him or no?
Until he beats Florida, then I think it'll be forgiven.
Okay.
I'm retracting mine. I'm going with John. I think you're right. That's going to come up. As long as Butch Jones is here, that's going to come back and bite him.
So if he beats Florida and wins the East next year, I think it's.
But if he loses to Florida the next year, and they come back and beat him, then people will
Every
bring
time
that
they
up.
blow a lead, that'll come up. It's a little like I saw a thing this week that said, well, you're giving this money to a guy who's 2-15 versus ranked opponents. Well, he took over a crap program. So it's a little like Johnny Majors. He didn't have great career numbers because he built 3 programs. Philip Fulmer had tremendous numbers because he inherited a great program. Did a great job with it, improved it. But a little, some of these numbers, they hang with you. Yeah. And I think that this blown lead thing will hang with him. All right. Last question of round 1. The Ghost of Christmas Past saw a 7-6 record. The Ghost of Christmas Present sees an 8-4 record. What will the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come find 1 year from now? All things being equal, what will UT's record be next season?
I've already said 10-2. I'm going to stick with that.
10-2 because they beat Florida, make everybody forget about it.
But they'll have gone to the SEC championship game.
Okay. So you're saying 10-2 as well?
Regular season?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm saying 10-2 regular season.
Okay.
9-3. Brick by brick, 1 brick at a time.
9-3. Okay, very good. Coming up in the next segment, we're going to talk about people turning pro early, Josh Dobbs, potential coaching changes, all that's coming up. But we also have a contest for you today, right here. First correct answer on Twitter to answer me this very, very bad, horrible, punny Christmas question. Why did Santa Claus vote for President Obama? Nobody on the panel can yell. So nobody wins the 25 McCafe gift cards from McDonald's. McDonald's giving us 25 free McCafes that you can enjoy over the next year. Tweet us right now with your answer, and if somebody gets it, the first one to get it's going to get the gift cards. If nobody gets it right, the first person to tweet me is going to win the gift cards. But again, why did Santa Claus vote for President Obama? Oh, it's let me tell you, it's terrible. When I showed it to the director and the crew, groans, audible, long-lasting groans. So there's your hint. All right, like I said, when we come back, Josh Dobbs, coaching changes, much more. Next, it's going to be Christmas tunes as well, carol songs. That's the topic. Come on back.